Hi, today we'll discuss the 2022 Call for Projects, hosted by CMAP and the RTA.
I'll be speaking on behalf of CMAP. This year, CMAP is coordinated with the Regional Transportation Authority to host a call for communities to apply for technical assistance offerings. Through this coordination, the agencies offer assistance to an expanded group of applicants, helping them with planning and implementation. The coordination between CMAP and the RTA provide applicants with interagency expertise, technical assistance, and increased capacity. CMAP is offering 10 types of technical assistance. The offerings focus on helping local governments build their capacity, develop land use and transportation plans, and implement previously created plans. Eligible project types are as follows.
CMAP is offering assistance for bicycle and pedestrian planning, capital improvement programming, and comprehensive and corridor planning, as well as assistance that addresses housing, road safety, neighborhood development, and pavement management. Other assistance will help communities implement past plans and prepare for grant opportunities. I'll describe each of these projects in more detail on the following slides.
Communities are invited to apply for assistance from CMAP to create a transportation plan that addresses the needs of residents who ride bikes or walk. CMAP will support communities through route and infrastructure planning, assessing intersections, stations and transfer points, signage and signalization, streetscapes and furnishings, and accessibility. CMAP is offering technical assistance focused on capital improvement programming. This assistance will help communities evaluate their existing capital planning processes. CMAP will also provide recommendations that can lead to a transparent, strategic, impactful, and successful capital improvement program. Communities are welcome to apply for comprehensive planning assistance. CMAP will work with communities to establish a long-term vision and involve the public and other stakeholders in conversations about challenges, opportunities, priorities, and aspirations for the future. CMAP will also help create a framework to achieve that vision and community goals. CMAP is offering technical assistance to help communities develop sub-area plans that address transportation improvements in a neighborhood, business district, corridor, riverfront, or another focus area. CMAP will create goals for improvement, propose specific projects to address the goals, and create a strategy to implement those recommendations. Since 2005, CMAP has partnered with the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus and Metropolitan Planning Council to craft housing policy plans for more than 30 communities through the Homes for a Changing Region program. Local governments are invited to participate in Homes for a Changing Region and work with CMAP to develop a plan that can create a balanced mix of housing, serve current and future populations, and enhance livability. We welcome communities to apply for technical assistance to address local road safety by creating an existing conditions report, policy recommendations, and an implementation plan. This offering facilitates the development of a community or neighborhood-wide local road safety plan. It also involves robust engagement with community members and addresses 4 key aspects of multimodal traffic safety: engineering, education, enforcement, and emergency services. CMAP is offering technical assistance to partners within the City of Chicago to develop a plan that addresses transportation and other improvements in a neighborhood. CMAP will develop goals for improvement, propose specific projects to address the goals, and create a strategy to implement recommendations. CMAP has worked with communities throughout northeastern Illinois to deliver more than 200 technical assistance plans in the past 10 years. For this year's call, we welcome those communities to participate in the next program. CMAP will assess a community's immediate priorities and facilitate the creation of an action plan with short, medium, and long-term implementation strategies. CMAP also will assist the community with execution.
Communities are invited to apply for pavement management plans. CMAP will select an engineering firm to provide support and find the most effective way to address pavement needs. This offering helps communities achieve prioritized pavement condition targets. CMAP will help create a document that emphasizes the importance of pavement preservation, describes the current condition of pavement, and evaluates cost. Information developed through the pavement management plans can then be used to support the development of a capital plan.
The Resource Opportunity Impact Program helps local governments prepare for grant opportunities by establishing consensus on priority transportation projects, identifying next steps for implementation, and providing resources for municipalities to seek out and manage grant funding.
The purpose of the CMAP Technical Assistance Program is to support communities by offering planning and implementation assistance, providing interagency expertise, and local government capacity building. This work will align with the Comprehensive Plan for the Region, on to 2050, and the Regional Transit Strategic Plan, Invest in Transit. When evaluating applications, CMAP will consider the following thematic priorities. Does the proposed project cultivate innovative approaches to implement on to 2050 with a focus on a transportation system that works better for everyone with improved travel safety, increased and better connected bicycle and pedestrian mobility options, and improved access for people with disabilities, and a robust, inclusive regional economy with increased inclusive growth through economic strategies that are coordinated and implemented, expansion of traded clusters critical to the region's growth, and broader diversity in housing choices, and a transportation network that is more resilient against the effects of flooding and other extreme weather with strategic investment decisions. CMAP will also consider whether the proposed project strengthens planning capacity in communities with disadvantaged populations, increases community empowerment and equitable engagement, implements previously developed local plans, and facilitates collaboration across jurisdictions.
Hello, I'll be speaking about the RTA's Community Planning Program, the project types we'll be offering this year. For 23 years, the RTA has been involved in planning communities around public transportation and encouraging transit-supportive land use. By providing funds and technical assistance to complete plans as well as support to implement those plans, the work of the RTA's Community Planning Program has encouraged municipalities in the region to develop walkable and more sustainable communities near transit stations and along transit corridors. While the technical assistance we provided to local governments across the region is important in achieving local goals such as those of health, equity, safety, efficiency, and sustainability, we are also using the program to implement the RTA's Regional Transit Strategic Plan, Invest in Transit. The plan has 3 key goals. 1. Deliver value on our transit investments. 2. Build on the strengths of our transit network. 3. Keep transit competitive. Helping communities focus development near transit stops and stations and plan for improved access to transit services is one way to accomplish these 3 goals. This year, the RTA is offering 7 project types that advance transit competitiveness. They are transit-oriented development plans, transit corridor plans, special funding districts, developer discussions, TOD Zoning Code Updates, transit neighborhood mobility improvement plans, curb management studies. TOD plans are based on the basic tenets of transit-oriented development with mixed land uses, higher residential densities, and pedestrian-friendly environments in close proximity to transit. The RTA will provide technical assistance to develop a plan and future vision for areas surrounding transit stations. The typical process to complete a plan is 12 to 18 months and involves engaging the public and community stakeholders to learn about their challenges and goals for the future of the area. TOD plans include an implementation strategy the community can use to realize the plan's vision. The RTA will provide technical assistance to local governments to develop a transportation and land use plan for a transit-served corridor. Corridor plans involve significant engagement with the public to develop a strategy that will better facilitate walking, biking, and the use of transit through the corridor. Adjacent land uses are examined to identify economic development opportunities along the corridor, as well as transit-supportive design guidelines for a new development. While the RTA encourages a multi-jurisdictional approach to corridor plans, study areas can be contained within one municipal boundary. The RTA will provide assistance to municipalities with planning for a special funding district, such as a tax increment finance district, special service area, or business development district in a transit-served area. Funding generated from these districts/areas can be used to implement economic development, transportation, job training, or redevelopment recommendations from transit-oriented development, corridor, or other municipal plan. In partnership with the Urban Land Institute, the RTA will provide technical assistance to local governments through a developer discussion panel workshop. Through this half-day session, municipalities can solicit guidance and advice from development experts who will discuss the development climate and potential strategies to prepare for and attract development in a specific sub-area along a corridor or at a specific site. RTA will assist local government staff to create development standards and review processes that make investment in a community's TOD area more attractive to potential developers, business owners, and residents seeking to improve their property. The project team will assess the current regulations and existing conditions in each chosen community to deliver a revised zoning ordinance, subdivision ordinance, Unified Development Ordinance, UDO, overlay district, or other appropriate code amendment. The RTA will assist local governments to identify mobility improvements and access to transit recommendations at the neighborhood level. These plans will identify tactical mobility improvements such as widening bicycle lanes and pedestrian sidewalks, strategies to close sections of roadway for temporary or semi-permanent outdoor gathering space, restricting vehicular speeds, improving bus stop infrastructure, and building individual micro-mobility options. As people use shared rides more often and home deliveries have increased from an uptick in shopping from home, the pandemic has further exacerbated the need to rethink parking and curb management in urban areas. The RTA will partner with local governments to study curb space along bus corridors to understand utilization and demand. Results will then inform our partners on strategies to manage high-demand curb space, which could include zones for various uses, shared use zones depending on time of day, and strategies to better facilitate efficient bus operations in high-use areas.
Applications for the call for projects are due on Thursday, October 28th at noon. During this call, applicants should complete the form linked on CMAP's and RTA's websites. CMAP and the RTA will review applications during November and December and respond to any questions applicants may have. Successful applicants will be notified in January. Most accepted projects are expected to begin within 6 months of notification. Please do not hesitate to contact CMAP or the RTA if you have any questions about the call for projects. Thank you.